It is recommended that the shutter kits be assembled on a clean work table. Welcome to ShutterKits, kit set shutter manufacturers. The following basic tools are required for assembly. Select the styles for assembly. The styles are marked with an A or B. A and B marked styles are opposites and make a pair. The pen marking in the style rebate indicates the top of the shutter. It is important that the markings must be at the same end. Fit the beads into a style. If a mid-rail is fitted, then fit 2 beads of the correct length. Ensure the rails are fitted in the correct positions, top and bottom. Apply glue to each rail tenon and push each into the style channel. With the top rail scoop up and the bottom rail scoop down. Check that rails are flush with the style ends and fix 2 screws to one side. Fit the mid-rail if the shutter has one. The aluminium Clearview bar is hidden on the back of the shutter, and it is at this point that you decide whether back left or back right attachment. It is important to work from the top down and lay all the blades with the cutout on the same side and to the right, and as each blade is placed on top of the previous blade, it should cover the cutout. Fit the opposite beads to the blade pins. Start at the top end and work down, fitting each pin into the matching hole. Now it's time to fit the other style. Apply a bead of glue to the style channel corners and bottom at each end of the style. Start by partly fitting a rail tenon into the channel and then align the bead and blade assembly with the channel working toward fitting the other rail tenon. Press all joints home by hand and adjust rails and style ends to be flush using a rubber mallet. Make sure style ends are flush with rails. Then fit the screws through the styles into the rails ends. Now break out screw hole plugs and fit into screw holes and tap flush with style surface. You're almost done. Support the shutter on blocks under each rail and open the blades to allow the fitting of the aluminium bar. It is important to move the blades back and forth by holding the aluminium bar to loosen the rotation until they move freely and able to slap closed. We have allowed 3 nylon washers per operating section. The washers go between the head of the screw and the aluminium bar. Adjust the tension of the rotation of the blades by tightening or loosening the screws with the nylon washers before you operate the blades from the front. An example of where possibly to place the washers would be 2 blades in from the ends and 1 in the centre. It is also important to move the blades back and forth by the aluminium strip to loosen the rotation until they slap closed. Adjust the tension of the rotation of the blades by tightening or loosening the screws with the nylon washers before you operate the blades from the front. Congratulations! The shutter is now fully assembled.